When Lisa made that joke, I remember the room falling silent. It was during a small dinner party with our friends, people we had known for years. The evening had been full of laughter and light teasing until she looked at me across the table and said with a smirk, "I regret marrying you." Everyone chuckled awkwardly, waiting for my reaction. I forced a smile, but the sting was sharp. So I replied, "Me too." Suddenly, no one laughed. The tension was thick, and Lisa's face froze for a second before she brushed it off with a nervous laugh. But that night changed everything for me. After our guests left, Lisa confronted me. She accused me of embarrassing her, as if her own words had meant nothing. "It was just a joke," she said. But I had grown tired of her constant jokes at my expense. For years, she had mocked my job, my clothes, even the way I spoke. I had always taken it quietly, thinking that love meant patience. But that night, something inside me broke. I realized I had become the punchline in my own marriage. The next morning, I woke up early and went for a long walk. The cold air cleared my thoughts. I wasn't angry anymore, just disappointed, mostly in myself for allowing things to reach this point. I decided I wouldn't fight or argue anymore. I would plan. I would let her see what it felt like to be taken for granted. Over the next few weeks, I became distant but polite. I stopped trying to please her. When she made fun of me, I didn't respond. When she asked for help, I gave short, formal answers. Lisa started to notice. "What's wrong with you lately?" she asked one night. I simply smiled and said, "Nothing at all." But deep down, I was preparing for my quiet revenge, the kind that didn't need yelling or drama, just clarity. I began focusing on myself again. I hit the gym, updated my wardrobe, and reconnected with old friends I had stopped seeing because of Lisa's disapproval. I even started taking a business course that I had always wanted to complete. My confidence returned slowly, and people noticed the change. Even Lisa's friends commented that I seemed different, more alive. Lisa, on the other hand, seemed unsettled. Her jokes became fewer. She would try to engage me in small talk, but I no longer shared everything with her. I had learned that not everyone deserved my vulnerability, especially someone who laughed at it. Eventually, she started becoming defensive. "Why are you acting like this? Are you seeing someone?" she accused. I didn't answer. Let her wonder, I thought. A few weeks later, her birthday came. Normally, I would plan everything: surprise gifts, fancy dinner, flowers. This time, I did nothing. When she reminded me about it that morning, I simply said, "Happy birthday, Lisa," and went to work. That night, she cried. It was the first time I saw her truly upset about something I did, or didn't do. But instead of feeling guilty, I felt calm. She was finally feeling what I had felt for years, being taken lightly. The next day, she tried to make things right. She cooked dinner, complimented me, even apologized for the regret joke. I thanked her but didn't give her the reaction she expected. My silence hurt her more than any argument could. For the first time, she began to understand that not all damage can be undone with a simple sorry. Weeks later, Lisa found out that I had been promoted at work and that I was being sent on a business trip abroad. She looked surprised, even proud, but there was a flicker of fear in her eyes, as if she knew I was slipping away. Before I left, she hugged me tightly and whispered, "I don't want to lose you." I smiled faintly and replied, "Then you shouldn't have made me feel like I was never worth keeping." During that trip, I had a lot of time to think. I realized that revenge isn't always about hurting someone, it's about reclaiming your dignity. My revenge was silent: success, peace, and self-respect. When I returned home, Lisa greeted me warmly, but the distance between us was unmissable. We were two strangers pretending to be a couple. A month later, I asked her for a separation. She was shocked. "You can't be serious," she said. "After everything we've built." I looked at her calmly and said, "You tore it down one joke at a time." There were tears, arguments, and memories that tried to hold me back, but I walked away for good. Now, a year later, I live in a new apartment. I've grown in every sense: emotionally, professionally, and personally. Lisa sometimes sends messages, saying she regrets what happened. Ironically, I believe her now. But that doesn't change anything. Some lessons must be learned the hard way. I don't hate her anymore. I even hope she finds peace. But I'll never forget the night she joked about regretting our marriage, and the moment I finally agreed. Because that was the night I started rebuilding my life, one piece of lost self-respect at a time.